Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Tiffany, a retired librarian turned homeschool mom. In this video, we're going to continue looking at the series from History Tea Time with Lindsay Holiday. We're going to be looking at her, this is her third video in her Queens and Consorts of England series. So this is one specifically looking at, and I'm probably going to mispronounce this, the Plantagenet Queens and Consorts. So we've gone through the original start of the United England, the Anglo-Saxons, to the Normans, and now we're at the Plantagenet Queens and Consorts. So we're going to shoot in this video. She looks up, and I'm going to butcher a lot of these names. She has them in her videos, which I will link. Bergania of Navarre, Isabella of, and a lot of these are French or German names. Isabella of Angletum, yeah, there's an L in there. Eleanor of Provence, Eleanor of Castile, Margaret of France, Isabella of France, and Philippa of Hainault. I'm probably mispronouncing that one. So it's kind of interesting. Again, we're looking at, this is right before this is the series of queens and consorts, mostly in this case queens, right before the War of the Roses. So this is, I wouldn't say the calm before the queen storm, but yeah, you know, calm before you get more chaos. It's very, very interesting. It's not that long. It starts to get longer. This one is, all right, maybe I'm wrong if it's with that. No, this is about 23 minutes. So, so longer than the 15-minute previous video with the 16-minute one that started in the beginning, because then they probably have more information. So it's very, very interesting. I like this reviewer. It goes over, it shows some pictures, it talks about their ages and where they came from, and not only their relationships with their husbands, but their relationships with their sons and sometimes even their daughters. Cat, stop that. The calico is just being a nuisance when I'm doing filming tonight. So again, it's a very, very good overview, particularly if you're reviewing British history. So this, instead of just looking at the kings, this looks at their mothers and occasionally their sisters and their wives. It doesn't really look at the mistresses, because she's trying to very much, notice in this videos, she's trying to stick with legitimate wives. So yes, you're actually married to these people, even if you are occasionally possibly annulled. So, but you are actually considered married, and a lot of them have legitimate or claiming to be legitimate children of these men, or occasionally women, because occasionally you get the daughters who inherit and they marry, and it's interesting. So again, very interesting video. A little bit longer than the previous two. We're getting into more in-depth history. My cat is getting into trouble. Guess where she is. But again, it's a very, very good overview. I will link the video in the description below, but you're starting to get more interesting. I haven't watched her next couple of videos, so I'm looking forward to reviewing the War of the Roses queens. And this does go to modern era. So this goes all the way up to the beginning. And I may review some more of her different videos. She is very, very interesting, and she seems very knowledgeable in this subject. But again, this is a jumping off point. So this is a very start if you're kind of doing an overview. Here's the cat that's causing problems. She's cranky and old. As of the shooting of this video, she's almost 13. By the time you guys see it, she'll be closer to 14, because this is being shot in February 2022. So that's really it. There's not much to do with this video. I mean, they're very good. I enjoy them, and they're a great overview of, if you're covering British history, particularly the homeschoolers. She's very, very engaging. Cat, don't touch the screen. So, and things start getting interesting. This is when her videos start getting longer. It does, I think, the last couple are like 29 minutes. So, but again, there's a lot more information the further you get into history. So that is it. If you like what you see, be sure to like and subscribe. I'm covering her entire series. I may cover more of her videos. If you're watching these as they come out, obviously they're balancing the Princess Diaries. These are educational. The Princess Diaries are fluff, entertaining fluff, very good entertaining fluff, but very girly, very fluff. If you want to know the understand why I cover the Princess Diaries, I covered, you can check out this. I did a much darker book series back in starting August through, I think, possibly early November. There's a lot of books in that book series, but it's the Last Apprentice series, which is horror. And I'm not a huge horror fan, but I did cover all of those, so you can check those out. Along with, I do a wide variety of, besides just book series, I do standalone. I do more educational stuff, more classic stuff, children's picture books, various different films. Most of them are not in theaters. I have a small child. I don't get to theaters. Not to mention, I'm shooting in 2022. The theaters, COVID has happened, but I don't really go to films all that much. So most of the stuff I get is DVDs and older. So be sure to check that out. I do some homeschooling, secular homeschooling stuff. That's more coming as my daughter gets older. As I say in these videos, we're at a time of shooting, she's 2.5. By the time you guys see this, she'll be closer to 3.5. So that stuff is coming. We also have some travel stuff. So we are a traveling family, one of the reasons we're homeschooling. So I have that up there, as well as looking at various different attractions. I covered our local zoo, our local aquarium as well. So I'll probably cover some other local museums, just to give you a look, whether you're visiting the state that we live in here, or you live here, and are looking at different homeschooling resources. I also have some, I keep forgetting to mention this, I have a bunch of homeschooling resources. That's some of the stuff that I first filmed over a year ago now. So be sure to check out the rest of the channel. Again, I have a wide variety of stuff available. So like and subscribe, check out what I have coming, and leave a positive comment if you have one. Thank you.